Hello, today I don't want to open cards or booster boxes. Today I want to take a look at the top 8 deck of the Wixoss GrandPrix Florida. It was like 2 weeks ago. And yeah, now we are getting the deck list from the winning 8 people. And yeah, I know one deck list from another YouTuber's video from the third player. It was a Milulun deck, but I haven't looked at the other decks. But yeah, I highly recommend the video from the assist line if you want to see or a deep dive into the Milulun deck. So yeah, let's take a look how the Elrics are breakdown. And I really expected it highly around Ange, or I always pronounce it wrong, I think, Ange, but in English it's Ange. And yeah, but okay, yeah, this is really what I expected it to be highly wide because yeah, I did some research or did some playtesting over Discord. I wasn't at the Grand Prix, of course, because I'm stuck in Germany, but yeah, I think V-Cross has a little bit of a balancing problem. I will probably make another video about it, but I really feel that the colors are really not balanced, and there is like a heavy. There are like so many playable or like stables in white, and yeah, very yeah. How can I say it? Like standalone, strong white cards. It's not like they revolve around like a theme or a play style. It's just like when you play white, you play these cards. You play Exia. You can play Remember. You have like a whole lot of cards you can put into the deck, which are just good alone. So yeah, I compared it with like yeah, this was from the Diva Grand Prix in Las Vegas. Was like the latest set was P9 Conflated Diva, and this was also highly wide, but there was also like Dios and EX. So and Hirana of course. So there was like more diversity, or like there were like more diverse Elrics in this one, or at least diversity in color. And yeah, with this one, I expected, yeah, Sachet. Sachet is a deck type I wanted to look into, but it's just, yeah, it's a lot more difficult for me to get single cards here in Germany, or to get cards in general, because the boxes are just a lot more expensive. And yeah, getting singles is more expensive and more difficult. And we still see a lot of Hirana. I have a problem with her too. But I will talk about this in depth with another video. And yeah, a lot of white, a lot of white, and of course Ange. But yeah, we see now how the matchups were. Hirana against the Milulun player. I really like the Milulun deck, and really speaks for the player that he got so far with this type of deck. It's more of a spell slinger deck. Really nice build. But yeah, the cup, or like the Grand Prix winner Alexander Webb with Madoka, and Madoka is not a new Elric. She's like from Vertex Diva set 4, the same set that had Exia, one of my arc enemies. And yeah, it's a blue, black, and white. Yeah, this is a cool assist Elric that I want to put in some decks too, because she costs nothing. You can play her in the opponent's attack phase, of course, and she can give one target Signy. This Signy cannot attack until end of turn, and you get her again into your Elric decks if your opponent doesn't discard a card or pays one Enna. So yeah, if you play this right, or your opponent doesn't want to pay the tax, so I expect this could have like Remember 2. Oh, I only see one Remember. I expected to see more Remembers. Like also a very dominant tax card, because you have to, or your opponent has to pay one additional Enna when he guards. And yeah, so besides that, we see like a lot of stable cards like Yuki. Is a very good white Signy in level 1. We see, okay, yeah, we see a lot of like one-off cards, which is interesting. Usually I expect like at least 2 to make it more like common, or better for the odds that you draw the card and it's not like in your um, still in your deck or in your shield, I want to say, in your life cloth. When you just have a one-off like from Orochimaru, you cannot really count in that you will draw into it. Or it's really like a lot of playable cards. Like remember, we see Ana Mirage, Gaybolg, Laris, like a lot of standalone good cards. Yeah, and maybe that's like the strategy. It's just good cards. There is some kind of strategy with the. I see like a discard theme, of course, with like a random train. It draws you a card, so it replaces itself, and your opponent has to discard a card. And with Manumin, you also like discard a card to make your opponent discard a card. And yeah, you use this in a way that you have probably more ways to draw new cards or have better ways to use your resources than your opponent. So yeah, and this is again a card, and probably yeah, it's just the bigger version of Manumin. Manumin, yeah. Really dislike the art style. This Prepara art style is so ugly, but it's about the playability. But yeah, there's like a discard theme, and also yeah, this one is very nice. I will probably record a video in the next week if I have the time about possible upgrades for the double heroine stack, and this was like one I wanted to put in it too. It has like the Harmony 1 Black Elric, so yeah, you have to choose another assist, because in the double heroine stack, the Piruluk deck doesn't have a black assist. But yeah, again, so we have like 1, 2, 3 like discard theme cards. We have 1 freeze. Yeah, we see like a bunch of good cards. And of course like these for the life burst effect. Yeah, very, very nice. I still need like more of Mew also. And yeah, what else? Super Elastic Saber, like a common card from the first set. It got reprinted, and I hope I can pull her tomorrow. Tomorrow I will open in a live stream 2 more Nichi Sandi and my last Nichi Sandi boxes. If I don't draw them or this piece, I have to buy it, and it's, yeah, as I said, expensive for me to buy singles. But yeah, nice build. Just a little bit confused about like the one-off cards, which are, of course, they are all good cards, but I usually expect like at least 2 cards. Then we have another finalist, Sachet, with, okay, we have like Machina, the add target card without life burst from your trash to your life cloth. So she gives you 1 shield more. And yes, Sachet should be also like really wall up and also taxing build. Yeah. Oh, this is like the oh, nothing against the player or anything. I would have built this similar, but this is like the cancer build. Like remember Exia. I am a little bit sick of these. They are a little bit too dominant, but at the same time, I think Vcross needs these cards to balance out Hirana, because the Hirana dash deck is super simple to play, super aggro, super fast, and so hard to keep up with it. Yeah, there are like some balancing issues in Vcross, I think, in the meta. Again, we see Yuki, which can move Signies, and also you can shut down your opponent's Signy, like Exia or something. Or like cards that grow bigger because of some conditions. And yeah, the level 1 Signies are big. Like this is the 8K, and as a the most games I've played on Discord were Hirana Dash, and yeah, this is like the defensive build that I really struggle with when the opponent's Signies are so big that you cannot remove them with like Romeo was the name I think, and also Lancelot. And yeah, this is also like a Signy that protects itself with Shadow level 1, so no easy remove or vanish in this case, vanish. 4 of Over Pursuit to open lanes in the early game, so for like some early aggressive plays. 1 of Valaris. And yeah, this card, and I really like the inclusion in this one because maybe I shouldn't say everything I want to do in the Double Heron stack, but there's also in the Double Heron stack, there is this card in the Hirana build. And I think this makes absolutely no sense. The way this card should be played is not in a aggressive deck, in a Hirana Dash deck. This is a card to play in a defensive build, and so I really like this inclusion in this deck. It's a really fun card. Like you have to trash 1 or 2 of your life clothes to vanish your opponent's field, all 3 Thickneys. Yeah, really like this in a defensive build like this one. And of course the okay. Yeah, I should really look into the assist because I expected to see Madoka clap. But my guess is now that it would have been too expensive. What is he doing with this Anna? The question. Why is it so Anna hungry? Yeah, I still have to learn myself a lot about like Vcross, and I'm not sure what is the thinking behind. I would have guessed that he has other things to do with his Anna. Okay, of course he has like Over Pursuit. He wants to play. He wants to grow the main Elric. But yeah, instead of Madoka Clap, we have for cost 0 to grow down target signal on your opponent's field, draw a card. Huh. Yeah, this is a nice assist. It's very cheap. Also, like you can draw a card for free, prevent 1 damage. Hmm. But I personally expected Madoka Clap. Shut down 2, but yeah. This player definitely knows a lot more about Vcross than me, so there must be like some thinking behind it. And then also like the Machina synergizes a lot, I think, with like Irash Kigal. Because when you play Irash Kigal and you just have 1 life cloth, the vanish effect doesn't happen. So maybe it's like to end the game and you just have 1 life cloth, you can grow her to get 2, and then yeah, she vanished. So this is nice. Yeah, this is like the Milolun deck. But yeah, you should really watch the assist line video, which is very nice edited, and where the deck builder talks about his thinking. And yeah, this is basically like a spell heavy, and with the sub theme of like discard and drawing a lot of cards and making your opponent discard cards. Really cool build. Like usually you don't see a lot of spells in decks. Yeah, here we have like a 4 of Over Pursuit. That's already quite a lot, or like 4 random trains. But usually I haven't seen, even like in the Japanese meta decks, I haven't seen like a lot of spells. And yeah, this is a little bit more spell heavy because the Elric. But yeah, as I said, the deck builder can tell you a lot more about this build, of course. Then we have a Umer build. That's interesting because she's like one of the earliest Yeah, she's from set 5, so not that early. Somehow I thought she was like in an earlier set, but at the beginning of your attack phase, you may swap the positions of 2 target Signy on your field. That's cool against Exia. Huh. That's something I haven't considered, to be honest. So this is in general a nice ability, but because of Exia is shutting down lanes, and you can swap. Okay, that's cool. And the end ability is look at your opponent's hand and choose a card. Put that card on the bottom of its owner's deck. Yeah, you can even like choose a guard. And then we have Wish In. At the beginning of your main phase, if you have 5 or fewer cards in your hand, draw a card. Okay. And Ultra Superheroes, that's like target Signy on your opponent's field gets minus. Okay, yeah, this is like the defensive. Because you can play this Urith in the opponent's turn also. And again, we have like this stereotypical build of like these Menomin to make your opponent discard. We have a 4 of Yukime, which is interesting. I like her too because she trashes instead of like putting the Signy in the inner zone, so some kind of like inner denial or inner starving. And yeah, 2 of Focalor. Big fan of this card. Like this card is in the starter deck too of Piruluk. I think there are like 4 cards, and when you when you have this card in the life cloth early, it prevents or it helps so much staying alive. No, I'm not big, but maybe this is because of the matchup. Like I played a lot of games with my girlfriend, Hirana against the blue deck. And I played Piruluk, and Bruno and Piruluk is like a built-in weakness. Felt like because she dies to Lancelot and to Hera. But of course, like drawing a card or making your opponent discard a card is a good thing. Just the 5k that I don't like. But the one of Orochimaru to open lanes or to get like a guard back to remembers. And what was she doing? Yeah, she has a nice life burst of like whenever target Elric or Signy on your opponent's field attacks this turn, negate that attack unless your opponent discards 3 cards. I really like this life burst too. Especially like sometimes when the timing is unlucky with your life burst and it says like, yeah, vanish target up Signy or like even vanish target Signy, but the life burst happens the last, like with the last attack of the Signy. Of course, you can still vanish one Signy and you can open a lane. But with this one, you can even like stop an Elric attack, which is very nice. Especially with the many deck builds of Elrics that attack multiple times in one turn. This basically prevents him from attacking multiple times, like the Hirana deck. And yeah, Musica. Doing an attack phase, the Signy in front of the Signy gets minus 2k. During an attack phase, if the Signy in front of the Signy is vanished, it's put into. Okay, yeah, she's also like Anna denying that, yeah, instead of the Anna zone. Yeah, very nice card too. So the top 8 Ange. Let's see. I want to build like a virtual Signy deck too, but I probably don't want to build Ange. Don't want to build another Acro deck. Maybe I want to build Lies or Toko, even if I know like that Ange is very strong. And target Signy. Oh, but is this the right Ange? Huh. Have they included the right Ange? I thought they There was like a new Arch, right? Target virtual signal on your field gets plus 4k power. Enter ability, return target signal on your opponent's field to its owner's hand, draw a card. Huh. I wonder if this is like really the correct Arch. If yes, I'm confused because I feel like this is weaker than the Arch we got in the new Nichi Sanji set. Because this is like the interlude Arch. Yeah, we have like the Sambaka team with like Toku and Lies. And yeah, this is a virtual build. Oh, I like to see that. Because usually like when you play white, you have like these auto includes of like Exia and Remember. It feels like it's, yeah, sometimes it feels like you have to include them because they are so good. And I like to see a deck list, and this is what I want to do too. It's like just virtual. Not even if you're kind of missing out, it feels like. But this is like a typical, not a typical, but this is like a virtual only build. I really like to see that. Really cool. Yeah, Few and Slash. Pulled this one in foil, which I was very happy. But yeah, with this deck, it's like a very high synergy deck. Like the Signi pump each other, they help each other, they want to see other virtual Signi on the field or enter the field. It's too much to talk in detail, but I really like this kind of build and the synergies around it. And yeah, it's just maybe sometimes difficult to get the right Signi in hand. And yeah, really cool. And remember, with Madoka, also Madoka up. Huh. So no Madoka Club anymore. I think where was it, like the previous Grand Prix, which was like heavy on Clap? This was the winning list with Clap. Feels like we are not playing Clap anymore because previously it felt like every second deck had Madoka Clap. I'm not up to date. Of course not. But yeah, remember, the artwork is so beautiful already, but yeah, she's also like very control and text style, play style. And we see like a lot of cards similar to the winner's deck. Yeah. Just a little bit different here and there. And oh man, my arc enemy. Oh man, I played with like Hirana Dash and with Fluthro, and Fluthro gets, or you can pay to give Fluthro Assassin. And oh man, this card really like shut me down. Koela. At the beginning of your attack phase, if you and your opponent have the same number of life cloth, draw a card. Auto once per turn. During your opponent's turn, when a Signy attacks, target Signy on your opponent's field loses its abilities until end of turn. So this means like Assassin. This means also like under some conditions that the Signy gets big and then it's not big anymore. This card gave me like really depression. And also like Exia, Ana Mirage. And this is like a very good life cloth with minus 15k against Remember, because Remember is pretty thick when she's down. And it's difficult to remove her. But yeah, then we get also Gaybolg, one of Orochimaru. Dios Memoria. At the beginning of your attack phase, put any number of cards underneath the Signy into their owner's trash. Target Signy on your opponent's field gets minus 3k power for each card put into the trash this way. Huh. Okay. But you have to put up 2 cards from your hand under the Signy. I thought for a second maybe it's like you can put cards from your trash. This wouldn't make sense probably. But yeah, we have the 2 of Prepara Idol. whenever Nanashi, but there is no Nanashi in this deck, right? Yeah. So yeah, this is like basically a enter that, or like a Romale basically in black, with just that you have to discard a black card to give minus 3k power. So yeah, you vanish something small or you make something big smaller to vanish it. Of course, you can always like combine different effects with like minus power. And yeah, Machina Smash. Another Orange deck. This is the last deck of the list. No, then there's like the Hirana player, of course. And again, am I stupid? Could be. I really thought it would be like the new center. But again, yeah, in this one we see like a virtual build, and as I said, we have like Remember, of course, because it's just such a good card. Really don't like the artwork. Don't think it's good. And Over Pursuit. Oh, and also this. So there's like a few virtuals just that synergize. Yeah. But I don't know. For me, I really like the Signy virtual Signy only decks. It's just a flavor win. I don't know. And yeah, we see like Nanashi. Is she like giving the virus? Yeah. Enter ability, put a virus in each of your opponent's Signy zones. And then banish target Signy on your opponent's field. If it's infected, that put it into its owner trash. That's cool. And you can add target Signy without a guard from your trash to your hand. So this is like more of a mill. Yeah, this was something I was thinking of too, but maybe you can build like a Toko. Toko is the black Sambaka Elric, and yeah, maybe there is like a way to build Toko Mill. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I can pull some nice cards in the live stream to build it. But yeah, then we have like the Hirana deck, and in the assist line video with the Milulun player, they talk about the Hirana player, that he's like really new to the game. And this like fits into my experience with Hirana too. Like this deck is super strong, but so easy to navigate. It's really crazy how good this deck is. And this is so funny. So, man, I wanted to record like the updated card list of the double heroine deck, as I said previously. And in my build there is this Pyrolook 2. Like this is the change I make to. I already played like last week with or like previous. Like I played some games already on Discord with this assist. Now seeing this in the top 8 is super funny. Because yeah, Pyrolook Peeping Analysis is for 2, and you can look at your opponent's hand and choose a card. And your opponent has to discard it. And it's also freezing the target Elric on your opponent's field. So usually you use this like to get rid of guards, of course. Because this deck is super aggro, super fast, and yeah, it can win on like turn 3 or 4 consistently. But I build it not with Diabrite so many. I'm not really a big fan. I'm a big fan of Flathro. Except when my opponent has like Coelia. Then I cry. I'm not a fan of this one. I think I have put her out of the deck. Because the auto ability is just too expensive for me. I need my Enna for other things. There's like the Enna burn theme sometimes in red decks, and I just don't care for the Enna my opponent gets. Maybe this is stupid, but you can play this deck so aggressive that's like, okay, you get Enna, but you are dead. So what are you playing? What are your plans to do with all this Enna I gave you? You are dead. And I don't like this one either. So yeah, my build is a little bit difficult, and I will make a video about it. But yeah, very, very easy to navigate, very strong deck, and yeah, there are like some defensive cards that need to exist, like these Exia and stuff, to keep this deck in check. But I also think like this, I don't know, in this environment with Hirana, she's so dominant. There are like so many other red Elrics, but it makes, from a competitive standpoint, it makes no sense to play another red Elric because she's just so good. And I don't like it when the meta is so dominated by a few very good Elrics. And for me, it's like Hirana is too much. So as long as we have like Hirana, it does not make a lot of sense. Of course, you can win. You can win with other centers too, and don't say you shouldn't play them. But I think she's a little bit too dominant and too good. But yeah, as you probably have heard, I am still learning. I have watched a lot and thought a lot about V-Cross and the mechanics and stuff, but still have to learn a lot. And yeah, don't know if people even care that when I talk about it about decks like this, and if there's like anything useful in me talking. But yeah, I will try to do more V-Cross content and will try to improve. And yeah, if you want to see more of that, please like the video, comment something maybe, or of course always correct me maybe if I said something which was wrong or I forgot to mention something. Yeah, you're always free to correct me in the comments. But yeah, see you in my next video. Bye.